Set the drummer to the side. Let the petty be fried. It will be alright. Alright. Set that drummer to the side. Let the petty be fried. Black negative from your mind. It will be alright. Don't let them people come and hide. Gotta swallow your pride. Look at what peace provides. It will be alright. Set that drummer to the side. Let the petty be fried. Black negative from your mind. It will be alright. Don't let them people come and hide. Gotta swallow your pride. Look at what peace provides. It will be alright. Yeah. Like we always do about this time. I'd like to welcome y'all back to Unpopular Honesty, the home of brutal honesty and real hip-hop music. Today, my guest I've been knowing for a very long time. Over 25 years of friendship, you don't see that every day.
Facts.
You definitely don't see that being shown in a podcast setting like this either.
Facts.
We talking about a man who's a vocalist. He is, back then he was one of the coolest brothers you could have ever known. And there's some reasons I could say that, and then there's some reasons I can't speak on, but he was that guy when we were younger. And then his evolution into becoming a man. Wow. I'm talking about incredible. Talking about somebody that you can look up to and you can say, that is a hell of a guy. I wouldn't mind being something like that because the way he turned out. If you don't know who I'm talking about,
wow,
I'm talking about Bigg Tuck,
wow.
King Tuck.
Wow,
you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And that's real because, our friendship.
Thank you so much for saying that. Man.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
Nah, that's real, man.
That.
Because
it means a lot.
For real. How are you? How have you been?
Man, I'm living, man. I'm living life, man. I'm loving life. I mean, what can I say? I remember, where we came from growing up, and where we are now. It's night and day, and the journey, has been long, but man, hey, we here. And God has spared us, bruh. So what can I say, man? Been living life from 23rd Street all the way to Highland Boulevard, you know what I mean? From Beaumont, Texas to Houston, Texas, for the last 20 years, be honest, I wish I'd been more involved, over the last 20 years with Beaumont, maybe a little bit more. But, I'm still alive, who knows what's coming up next, Yeah. Like you said, hey, you never know. You might hear me dropping an album or something.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll resurrect some of my my music skills, man. I don't know if I got a few skills left. We'll see.
Since you did make R&B music, how do you feel about the state of R&B in 2022?
R&B. Is there such thing?
If you ask me, R&B has melted into rap, and it's this line of confusion for me because they'll call somebody a rapper,
okay,
but clearly this person is not rapping; they're singing over a track. Whether they use auto-tune or not, it's not the matter at hand. The matter at hand is they're vocalizing, they're harmonizing, they're hitting notes, whether it's good or it's not. They're singing. And people calling it rap because of the track
that they are doing it on, or maybe because of the record label that they're signed to. But I don't consider that rap. I consider that R&B.
Well, let me say this. So the R&B that I'm thinking about when you say R&B, let's be clear, right?
Right.
I came up, in the 90s where, you had groups, right, of black brothers, and then eventually you had groups of white males, who got together and would sing, vocals and get together, where you had, Belle Biv DeVoe, or you had, who else did we have? We had Boys to Men, Jodeci, right? All those guys, all those, great vocalists, because when we're talking about R&B, you gotta have vocal ability, period.
Right.
Period. You gotta have vocal ability. And, you had a lot of artists clowned over the years for not being able, to sing, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But nowadays, you don't really even have to be able to sing, like, let's say Milli Vanilli, for example, right?
Right.
They got trashed because they was out here singing, but they wasn't singing. And nowadays, that's quite common. I mean, that's quite commonplace where you'll get a singer, you say like, I don't know, a Britney Spears, or, people out here, doing these shows, I guess that's a pop singer, you know what I'm saying? But when it comes to R&B, you even got people like, I'm sorry, but, Ashanti was never a vocalist to me. But a lot of people will probably consider her R&B, because it had a lot to do with the music as well, right? The beats, and then, you had Mary J. Blige, people like Mary J. Blige who really pushed and introduced hip hop, or rap, into the R&B scene. You know what I'm saying? You got who I, still think is one of the greatest writers in R&B history. Of course, is going to be Robert Kelly.
Yeah.
So you gotta, kind of speak on talent. Where talent is. But R&B is a very niche lane, right? And only specific people can really even be spoken about in that category. You know what I mean? Because you got R&B, and some people will confuse that with neo soul. Neo soul is not the same as R&B.
So can you give people a clear, like, give us some artists who you consider R&B, and then give us some artists you consider neo soul by name, so that people can understand what it is, R&B, neo soul.
So R&B would be your Joe, right? If you like, baby, I wanna do all the things your man won't do, I'll do it for you. That's R&B, right?
Right.
But then you got neo soul, and let's take a long walk around the park after dark. Found a spot for us to spark. Right?
Right.
Salutations, verbal elations, stimulations.
Yeah.
Should I? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a total different vibe. And that's why you have to differentiate between the two. R&B typically has, more of a hip hop feel to it. And when you're looking at, when you're looking at other stuff, you know what I'm saying? You got spoken word that you're adding into the neo soul, right? So it can get very poetic.
Right.
it might drop the whole beat. It might not even have a beat. And then if it does have a beat, the beat typically leans more towards the jazz spectrum. It's very jazzy. You hear a lot of scat and things like that when you are dealing with the neo soul genre, as I see it, versus an R&B genre.
I gotta ask you about this because this just happened. Did you watch Versus and did you like it?
Oh yeah, Versus for me was very, very epic because a lot of the people I was looking at on that stage really put me in a certain headspace when I was growing up. And you know, those songs are the songs of my, you know, of my biography, my movie. You know what I'm saying? If I had a movie, you know, all of those songs would show up in the movie somewhere. Right. And that's how I felt about that, man. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a little bit slow at first, but man, Kiki show came in and goddamn me, Kiki came in and brought the energy back, reminding people that it was a concert, you know, right. And you know, all the OGs and stuff like that were out in the crowd. I don't know who all was out there, but
I saw Goody Mob out there.
Some of the faces I saw, yeah, Goody Mob. I mean, yeah. And yeah, man, I thought it was excellent, man. It was excellent. By the time it ended, you know, you had the South really, really represented well, I feel like.
Yeah, that's the South that I remember.
I really felt like they were represented well.
Yeah, man. Let's see, man.
So
musically.
Okay.
Because it's so many different ways that I can go. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to just go here. Rap music has been stuck at a hurdle.
Okay.
So to speak, for quite some time now. The hurdle is... it's a hurdle. Okay. Because on one end, you look up and you say... You turn on your television and there are rap songs promoting fast food commercials or whatever kind of commercials. Hip hop just everywhere. Okay. It's the most number one genre. It's the most listened to genre of music on planet Earth.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing at all. But here goes the bad side of it.
Okay.
The bad side of it is the quality has decreased.
Quality in what way?
The music quality. So like rap music had a certain quality and sound in the 90s.
Okay.
I'm sorry, anybody out there watching, but the 1990s was and still is the best era in hip hop music. There will never be another generation that will surpass or top the 1990s. In terms of sound, lyrical ability, content. I mean, we could keep going on and on and on and on and on. The negative side of music today. Lack of quality. Lack of lyrical ability. Lack of originality. No messages. No news you can use. I'm going to ask you based off the content. Based off the content.
It's very interesting.
Based off the content of the music. Because this is why I'm asking you this. It's like, okay. How can you see the good in today's music when today's music promotes drugs, guns, death, and prison?
I mean, when you say today, where does today start?
Today started when music changed from what we grew up and knew it was.
Okay.
And that point was probably about in between 2007 and 2011 or 12.
Okay.
Between those years is when it changed. It stopped being about lyrical ability.
Okay.
People stopped caring about that. Now it became about your personality. Now it becomes about all this other shit that really ain't got nothing to do with the quality of your music. You know what I'm saying? And that could be because the physical died, the digital came. At the same time, you got social media coming into this stratosphere along with the internet itself. And then, all these changes is going on at once. And then before you know it, hip hop is garbage turmoil. It sounds like a garbage disposal clogged up.
Well, can I say this, Bridget? Bridget?
Okay.
Can I say this, man? It sounds like to me you saying hip hop went commercial.
No.
That's
hip
how
hop
I
didn't go commercial.
That's
hip hop
how I
went commercial
interpret it.
a long time ago.
Well,
Really?
let me say it like this. If hip hop went commercial a long time ago, then you were saying that hip hop went commercial. Maybe not on the same timeline that we're speaking about, in that 7 to 12, era, maybe before then. But I would say that era is the aftermath of hip hop going commercial. Whenever you go commercial, it doesn't ever happen as soon as you go commercial, right? And what I mean by that is say for instance, your favorite hometown chicken spot or restaurant, off the block, they were selling real good plates up out of there. And all of a sudden they get all popular, the whole neighborhood come through, and then next thing you know, the other side of town coming through, and then next thing you know, people coming through town stopping. So now they blowing up. Now they want to create new locations, right?
Right.
So the new locations typically gonna bring new people that's not gonna cook the food the same way that it was cooked when it was cooked at the original restaurant. Right. The new management gonna come in. They not gonna make sure the people food hot. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna get all the silverware clean like the other restaurant that people really got accustomed to. You know what I'm saying? Because they was going in that place and getting the best ribs of their life. Now in the new spot, they got them boiling them ribs. They boiling them ribs and they throwing sauce on the back end and they saying, ain't this the best ever? It got the same sign on the motherfuckers and everything. Right? Mm. And they swear to God, them ribs taste the same. But because you was at the restaurant from the very time the first one opened up. The number one chicken spot in the country that got the ribs, you was there first. You got to taste it when it was the best. Hold on. And that's all I'm saying, man. I think this whole situation, they got watered down. This whole situation, man, it's gotten watered down, brother. It's gotten watered down. And you know what? What I'm coming to understand is hey, man, some people cool with the watered down situation. And what I had to realize for me and my personal self, I say, well, look, shit. Everybody don't mind getting a fast food burger or getting them boiled ribs that taste almost like the real thing, but not quite because, man, they just trying to live life, shake ass, and not think too hard, man. Because I tell you what, I need to get something off my chest, man. People's disdain for Kendrick Lamar's album is disgusting to me. I think it's disgusting. The fact that you got even people of his own like age and era, feeling some kind of way about him not making a bunch of Shake a Booty music or making a bunch of music filled with the common recipe that people use to make albums nowadays. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
So I'm cool with people stepping outside of the norm, and I appreciate it when people doing something different. I don't mind, drill rap. I don't mind the trap rap. I don't mind any of those raps. I'll be honest with you. I use them all as tools. They all make me feel a certain way, and I use them in my life in a certain way. You know what I'm saying? To get things done.
Well, when people talk about how they don't like Kendrick Lamar or his latest project, I just feel that a lot of people are insulted with the level of intelligence he brings with his music. A lot of people are fucking stupid and dumb, and they can't understand what level or what playing field his mind is on, because they might mentally not there. So it comes out when they feel insulted. It's like you throwing a book at them. We know these motherfuckers don't read books, so they feel insulted. They feel insulted because they feeling like, oh man, this nigga using these big ass words and these, you know what I'm saying, and all this shit. And they feel insulted because they can't wrap their mind around it. You know what I'm saying? Because listen, what they listen, that's why I say it's important what you listen to. Because look at the music they have listened to and look what it has done to their fucking brains. You see why this music is bad for you? You see why this music is detrimental for you? Because it makes your brain shrink to the size of a BB. You know what I'm saying? But you think it makes you look cool. It make women look stupid. It make people look foolish. And then you're teaching it to your children. And then what? Next generation of foolishness continues and continues.
Can I jump in here real quick, because I wanna agree with you and also add some things to the conversation. And where I want to agree with you is, I want to agree with you that, and it may not even seem to be what I'm saying, but I'm going to use this thought process that they call speaking things into existence. Right. People call it The Secret. You got that book out there called The Secret. All about creating things with the energy, right, that comes from verbally saying a thing. Now, if there's mass and 3D reality created, going by this school of thought, you know what I'm saying, The Secret, and these things, and even the Bible talks about speaking things into existence. So don't we don't want to get too spooky and act like I'm saying something that's like some witchcraft or something like that. No, in your Bible you'll see that speaking actually creates solid matter. And if you don't believe in the Bible, we can go into physics, right? Because they can prove these things in physics, but that's a whole nother story. But what I'm saying is, in conjunction with that, right, with that information, as long as you continue to say a thing over and over and over and over again, you're going to create that thing in your life, right? If we say over and over and over again that woman, is a bitch, and women are hearing it over and over and over again, or if we're saying, that, that's a nigga over and over and over again, if we're saying that it's all about the money over and over and over again, if we saying pop that pussy over and over and over again, if we saying, this bitch can suck my dick over and over and over and over again, if we saying, the white man holding me back over and over and over and over again, if we saying all of these things over and over and over again, right? He's no good. She's no good. We no good. I'm broke. They got money. I don't have no money. I don't know what's good for me. Let somebody else tell me what's good for me. As long as we in that state of mind, that perpetual hamster race, we'll be creating that reality for ourselves over and over and over again.
Right. I mean, that's kind of why I started this platform. Everybody knows that I originally had a radio show that came on every Friday called Flames Radio. Well, when that went on hiatus, I created Unpopular Honesty in place of that. And I said that instead of talking about what I don't like, I'm going to speak on what I do like. Okay. Because it doesn't make any sense, like, as far as album reviews. It's new albums that come out every Friday. I don't know if people are aware of that or not. Ooh. And I go look at the list. And most of the time, majority of the time, it's people who I don't like, who I will never listen to, who I've never listened to, and just things that I just wouldn't even allow played in my home or in my vehicle for obvious reasons. So why would I make videos, make content, make video, talk about all these people and their music that I don't like when everybody knows I don't like it already? So let's just talk about what I do like. What I do like, I like Kendrick Lamar's album. I feel like it's a full mic album. I feel like that's very good for a rap album in 2022. I feel like Snoop album is a good album also. You know what I'm saying? So as far as the West Coast right now, people need to have their eyes on California because Kendrick and Snoop already did their part this year. A lot of people are waiting to hear Game. I'm kind of so-so about that.
Game.
It's a couple of his Drink Champs interviews kind of left me like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like scratching my head. Like,
what did he say in the Drink Champs interview that got you not feeling Game's album coming?
Well, for one, he said the name of the album is called Drillmatic.
Okay. What's wrong with it?
As far as I know, the birthplace of drill music is Chicago. Game comes from Compton. So ask me if I want to hear drill from a non-Chicago artist. Probably not. But Game is an artist who has had classic albums. So let me say that. I just don't like the title of your album, Drillmatic.
Look, see, now this is where I gotta come in, and that's the part where I have to disagree with you because I feel like, when as an artist, see, I'm a artist, man. My perspective comes from being, and when I say I'm an artist, I mean in the traditional sense, meaning that I enjoy the arts overall as a whole. And when I say the arts, I mean collectively, drawing, painting, dancing, right?
All elements.
All of the elements of art, music, right? Drama, right? All of the elements of art, that come along with that. So when I look at it from that perspective, that makes me feel like I should be able to be free, because all of those elements can intertwine at some place. They can all intertwine. So I look at it like, hey man, if somebody want to sing in a rap song, I'm not going to say that they're not a rapper. I'm just saying that they sung in that rap song. Maybe they do that in half the rap songs. Then they sing in half the rap songs. Well, look, maybe they have an R&B artist and they have a rapper. And why can't they express themselves like that, right? Because as an artist, if I'm painting on the canvas, right? I'm painting on the canvas. Who am I painting for? As an artist, I should be painting for myself. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I should be painting for myself. And if I come on and I paint a little bit of one style and I paint in a little bit of another style, I get the fact that they ain't necessarily traditionally supposed to be together, but does it work? Does it make somebody feel good? You know what I'm saying? And I think that coming from the perspective of somebody out there gonna love it, and like Kendrick said, can't please everybody. You can't please everybody. No. You know what I mean?
That's real. Felt it when he said that. Before we get up out of here, man, do you have any final words that you would like to say?
Look, let me say that, it's a lot of need in the community right now. Mental health is real. We're ending Mental Health Month. It's a lot of people who you pass by on a daily basis, who you know in your family, who may have mental health issues or who are struggling, with day-to-day life. Just know it's help out there. Seek help. Don't take your life for no reason. You are somebody. And you can be whatever you want to be if you put your mind to it. And whatever hurts you, you can overcome it. You can overcome it. So don't let that thing define you for who you are. So that's what I want to say, man. And wrapping up, man. Mental health is real. God bless, all the people who hurting right now down here in Texas. These mass shootings, are real. I don't want to get into, gun rights and things like that because, let's just face it, people are concerned about their safety and people carry weapons. I don't necessarily think that everybody who shoots up a school has a mental health issue, but I don't necessarily feel like they don't either. So I think we need to look into the laws and make sure that we're doing due diligence to make sure that, everybody is protected. We want to make sure that everybody is protected. So children, grown-ups, and, children, no matter how old they are. And, hey, hip-hop ain't dead. It's still alive.
No doubt.
Especially through you, Brad. Through your platform, fam.
Oh, yeah, man. I just want to say shout out to everybody who has graduated, whether it be high school, all the kids who did good in school this year and you're going to the next grade. Shout out to all of y'all, college graduates, all that too. Everybody who graduated this year, shout out to all of y'all. I thank you, Bigg Tuck, for finally gracing the platform. I've been waiting for this moment for a long time, and we got to do it again because we're trying to get everybody together for a special episode I like to call Curve Texas.
Curve Texas, man.
So,
Texas, you know what I'm saying?
We're trying to pull that together, man, on this platform.
Both side. Shout out to Park Shadows. Shout out to COB. Shout out to Magnolia Gardens, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Peace Side. Shout out to South Park, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Brockman Street, Shout out to the South Side, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Shout out to the Mater. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out, man. The whole town, man. It's love.
Well,
shout out to TP, Terra Park, man. Shout out to y'all too. We ain't missing y'all. You know what I'm saying? The South Side, the Avs. Shout out to the Avs. You know what I'm saying? From Avenue F all the way through, man. Look, hey, shout out, man. Look, Beaumont, still alive, still kicking. Shout out to all the schools out there. Hey, we champions out here, man. This ain't nothing new.
Yeah. Well, on behalf of my brother Tuck, I am Cornbread Capone, and this is Unpopular Honesty, the home of brutal honesty.
Yes,
and
indeed.
Real hip-hop music.
Yes, indeed.
Thank y'all for watching. Until next time, peace.
Peace.
And love. That's what the world needs. Peace and love, man.